Before you begin, make sure the floor is level and up to TCNA standards. Then, measure the shower pan area. Mark the dimension taken from the rear wall to the inside face of the curb. Next, measure the distance to the center of the vertical drain pipe from the side wall and the rear wall of the shower footprint, as well as the depth of the drain. Record these measurements. The height of the vertical drain pipe should be 1 1/4 inches below the top of the subfloor when solvent welding. Using the measurements, first cut the drain support frame to size. Next, measure the distance from the back wall of the shower to the drain support frame. Then, cut the slope panels to length and then final width. Cut curb last. Finally, dry fit all panels in the shower pan area and adjust if necessary. Begin by removing your dry fit panel. Ensure the shower area is clean of debris before applying thinset. Next, using a 1/4 inch by 3/8 inch square notch trowel, spread a layer of modified or rapid set thinset over the shower footprint. Position the drain support frame and press firmly into thinset, ensuring full coverage. Next, position the curb and press firmly into the thinset. Position the front and rear quick slope panels and press firmly into the thinset. To ensure panels have been evenly compressed, carefully walk on them to achieve full coverage of thinset below. Next, secure the curb with supplied curb lags. Ensure you do not screw into the drain body. Finally, remove any excess thinset that may have seeped out from under the PET pan system. Begin by cutting the masking tape around the inside of the clamping collar. Remove the clamping collar and retain screws for future steps. Next, solvent cement coupling onto the drain body using OD primer and OD PVC cement. Then, solvent cement drain to vertical drain pipe in drain support frame. Finally, secure the drain body using number 8 rust-proof screws in holes provided on the outside edge of the drain body. Begin by measuring the depth, width, and the inside rise on both ends of the curb. Be sure to record these dimensions. Next, mark one of the back corners 7 inches from both outside edges. Then, using a speed square, mark the 2 corners, creating a square. Next, measure 60 inches, the shower width, from the inside edge of your first corner and mark. Then create a 7-inch square using that mark. After you've marked your corners, cut the inside corner and fold to create a flap. For the curbside corners, measure 32 inches, the inside shower depth, and then mark 7 inches from the outside edge. Then, using a square, outline your front corners. Next, measure 2.5 inches from your inside line to the edge and mark the corner with a straight edge. This is the rise of the curb on the inside of the shower on the drain side. X out this section and cut it out from the sheet waterproofing. Next, measure 60 inches from your first corner inside line and mark with a straight edge. After marking, measure in 1.5 inches, then X out this section and cut it out from the sheet waterproofing. This is the interior rise, located at the opposite end of the curb. Finally, fold in the edges of your sheet waterproofing, leaving 7 inches that will fold up the wall. Then fold waterproofing towards the drain side, as this will be the first corner to be installed. You are now ready to install in the shower bed. You are now ready to install the waterproofing in your shower. Begin by using a 3/16" V-notched trowel. Spread a second layer of modified or rapid set thin set over foam panels and slightly over the edges of the drain body. Ensure coverage up to the edge of the drain body. Next, remove outer masking tape from the drain flange. Then, clean the drain flange with Hercules wipes before applying a 3/16" bead of sealant on exposed drain flange about 3/8 inch from the trough. Lay the folded waterproofing sheet over the drain area. Then, unfold to ensure that the topical sheet waterproofing is square. Smooth the membrane over the drain body and push locator pins through the membrane. Next, install the clamping collar by aligning locator pins with corresponding holes in the clamping collar and secure it with screws in an alternating pattern. Smooth the membrane throughout the shower footprint to remove excess thin set and any air pockets using a plastic drywall knife. Using the 3/16" V-notch trowel, spread thin set 7 inches up all side walls and behind the corner flap. Then press and smooth the sheet membrane into corners and up the wall immediately after the thin set application. Using the 3/16" V-notch trowel, apply thin set to the top and sides of the curb. Press and smooth the sheet membrane around all sides of the curb. Begin by outlining the back inside corners with a marker. Next, apply sealant to the ridges, valleys, perimeter, and field of inside corners. Press corners into position. Use even pressure to cause the sealant to spread evenly between the corner and sheet membrane. Then smooth and squeeze out along all edges, leaving no visible gaps. For the inside corner at the curb, begin by outlining the corner on the waterproofing and where the top edge overlaps the top of the curb. Then remove the overlapping material. Apply sealant to the ridges, valleys, perimeter, and field of the inside corner. Press the pre-formed corner into position. Use even pressure to cause the sealant to spread evenly between the corner and sheet membrane. Smooth squeeze out along all edges, leaving no visible gaps. Next, dry fit and mark the outside corner. Be sure to cut it to the size needed to lap the inside corner down to the pan. Apply sealant to the ridges, valleys, perimeter, and field of the outside corner. Press the curb covers into position. Use even pressure to cause the sealant to spread evenly between the corner and sheet membrane. Smooth squeeze out along all edges, leaving no visible gaps. Measure the length from the screw hole in the end of the clamping collar. Next, using measurements, cut extensions 1/8 of an inch shorter than overall length to not damage the waterproofing. Then file the edges to remove sharp edges. Next, lay a bead of sealant on the waterproofing and set the extension in place. Install extensions to clamp the collar with stainless steel screw. Measure the distance between the wall to the curb and subtract 1/4 inch from the total length. Then, cut the channel covers to length and round off the edges. This will minimize the chance of damaging the waterproofing. Finally, install channel covers onto clamping collar and extensions.